All right, good afternoon. Welcome. I hope you had a great weekend. I guess it is still the weekend. I think you guys have, maybe some of you have today off. So I hope you're having a good day, nice and relaxing day. Anyway, let's go ahead. We'll get started in a seat. So just any cross-legged position, sitting tall. If you want to elevate those hips a little bit, you can. Closing down those eyes, we'll roll those shoulders down and back. And just give it some neck rolls. So maybe just dropping the air from one shoulder over to the other. We can give it that big roll so to bring the chin to the chest. And then over to the other side. If you want to make that full circle, great. If that's a little bit too much, you don't have to. A couple more times. If you want to hold it on one side for a little bit longer, you can. So to see if you're feeling any tension in your neck and those shoulders. We'll lift that head up. Go ahead and reach those arms up overhead. Big, big reach. And then let's twist over to that right side, sit tall. And exhale, twist a little bit more. And hold it for another breath or two. We'll inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, twist it to that other side. You can sit really tall. And twist. And we'll bring it back to center. Okay, interlacing those fingers behind the back. So pull those knuckles down towards the ground first. And then maybe those hands can come away from those hips. Again, fingertips on the ground. So thumb forward, fingers facing back is also an option. Let's go ahead and release those hands forward. Just slide the hands out. Flatten out that back. And maybe walking those hands forward a little bit more. Big stretch through those outer hips. And then we'll walk those hands back. Again, sit tall. And then let's switch that cross the legs. Again, inhale, reach those arms up. Let's twist over to that right side first. We'll bring it back up. Twist it to the other side. Again, sit really tall. Exhale, a deeper twist. Bring it back to center. Slide those hands forward. Flatten out that back. And fold a little deeper. And we'll walk those hands back. Then roll those legs around. Let's come right into a plank. So step the feet back, cores really tight. Let's hold this for a moment. So think pulling those legs towards each other and then pulling the toes to the hands pulling back towards the toes. Really active through that core. Let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press those hips up. So that inverted V, that down dog, slight bend in those knees. And then from here, let's walk those hands to those feet. Then bring those hands to the shins, flatten out that back. Then we can slide those hands down as we fold. Again, re-lengthen out. Flatten the back out, bend into that right knee. We're gonna twist, left arm will reach up. Bring it back down to the other side, flatten out that back, bend into the left knee, right arm reaches up. And lower those hands down as we fold. Just let it hang here for a moment. Let's walk those hands back out to our downward facing dog. Let's come high onto those toes. Rounding through that spine as we roll it forward to our plank. We'll do that reverse, and then round through the upper back, mid back, low back. Press it back up to down dog. Roll it forward to our plank. Round it back to down dog. One more time, roll it forward. And roll it back. Now again, we're gonna roll forward to our plank, side plank over to that right side. The left arm reaches up. Now we're gonna do a little hip dip. So lower the hip down, just hover it, press it back up. Let's do it. We'll do 5 or 4 more, 5 total. Down, up, down, up, down, back up. One more, down. Bring it back up, pause. And then we'll go front plank over to now. Heels to the left, right arm reaches up. So if you need to lower that bottom leg down, you can. So lower the hip, lift back up. 1, 2, down, up 3, down, 4, last one, down, up 5, pause, and then front plank from here. We're gonna do some push-ups. We're just really gonna kind of get moving on this. So if you need to lower into those knees, you can. We got 5 push-ups, lower shoulders to the height of the elbows. Press it back up, down, and press it. 2, 3 more, down, up, last one, down, up, plank, and hips up. Downward facing dog. Step those feet up to the top of the mat. Slide the hands to the shins. Flatten out that back for that half lift. And slide those hands down as we fold. Then we'll re-lengthen out. So flatten out that back again. Bend into that right knee twisting. Left arm reaches up. And down. Bend into that left knee. Right arm reaches up. And down as we fold. You're gonna go ahead and rise all the way up to standing. Reach up tall. Interlace those fingers. Let's flip those palms to point up. Side stretch over to the right. Bring it back up. Exhale it over to the left. Inhale, bring it back up. Let's release those hands down. Plant those hands down to the mat. Step on back to our plank. And we'll drop those hips over to that right side, or the heels over to the right side. Left arm reaches up. 5 dips, so lower the hips. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Front plank to the other side. And dip. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring it back to center. Hold this front plank. And then push up. So maybe on the toes this time, a little more challenge. So lower and press. So if you need the knees, go onto the knees. No problem either way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hips up. Down dog. And let's step those feet up to the top of the mat. Find the flat back. And fold. And then we'll re-lengthen out. Slight bend into that right knee. Left arm reaches up. And down to the other side. Bending into that left knee. Right arm reaches up. And down. Come up to standing. Interlace those fingers. Palms will face up. Side bend to the right. Inhale up tall. To the left. Inhale it up tall. And now this time, let's add on. Interlace those fingers behind the back. Open up through that chest. Now let's bring those hands over to that right hip. Drop that right ear down towards the right shoulder. And bring the head back up. Bring the hands over to that left side. Dropping that left ear to that left shoulder. And bring it back up. Reach those arms up. And then fold. Flatten out that back. From here, we want those fingertips on the ground. You can bring a slight bend into those knees to flatten out the back with the hands down. Then we're gonna lift left leg up, square those hips off. Curl that knee to the nose. So we'll round our spine as we curl in, and then we'll flatten out that back as we extend that leg out. So 2 more, curl in, reach it out. Last one, curl it in, reach it out long. Big step back with that foot, inhaling those arms up overhead. Core is tight, bend into that front knee. Rib cage is pulling down, tailbone draws down. Relax those shoulders. One more breath. A little deep into that front knee. And then we'll step that foot forward, reach up tall, and then find that forward fold. Fingertips on the mat, flatten out that back. Bend to those knees a little bit more. Now we're gonna lift that right leg up, square those hips off, press that heel, curl that knee in, press it out long, curl it in, and press out. Last time, curl in, press that leg out. Now big step back, inhaling those arms up overhead. Rib cage down, soften those shoulders down, bend into that front knee. Hold, take a little deeper. Maybe a little lower. One more breath. And set both feet up. Reach tall. Interlace those fingers this time. Point the palms up. Let's side bend it over to the right. Inhale it up. Over to the left. Inhale, reach it up. And release those hands, fold. Flatten out that back. Hands down on the ground. Then again, we'll lift that left leg up. Curl that knee in. Press it out. Curl it in. Press. Last time, curl. Press it out. Big step back, inhaling those arms up. You can sink into that front knee, so as low as we can into that lunge. Now add a little twist to this. We'll bring the hands to heart center. Hover that chest, then twist that left elbow across it. Core is tight, back leg is strong. And then we'll bring those arms back up. Step the feet forward and fold. Flattening out the back, fingertips on the ground, bend those knees. Right leg's gonna lift. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, press it back up. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, press. Last time, curl that knee in. Press it back out. Big step back into that lunge. Reach those arms up. Core is tight. Nice and low into that lunge. Then hands will come to heart center. Lean it forward and twist it across. Press into the palms, keep the core tight as we look over that shoulder. Bring it back to center. Reach those arms up. Then step both, there, the right foot forward. Interlace the fingers, palms will face up. Bend it to the right. Inhale it up to the left. Inhale, reach it up. Then again, interlace those fingers behind the back. Open up that chest. Let's bring the hands over to that right hip. Drop that right ear to that right shoulder. And inhale it up to the other side. Left ear drops down to that left shoulder. Bring that head back up. Reaching those arms up. And then reaching for those toes. Just hang heavy here for a breath or two. Be adding a little sway from side to side. Now let's come on up to standing. Big step open with your right foot, but whatever direction you need to be facing that long edge of the mat. So toes are turned out just slightly. And then we're gonna lunge into our, if I'm mirroring you, it's gonna be your left knee. Sinking the hips, core tight, chest up. So noticing this heel is down. Then keep the hips really low. Slide it over to your right side. Stay low. Over to the left. Over to the right. Go one more time each way. Over to the left and to the right. Bring it back to center. Turn those toes in, heels out, flatten out that back, and then fold. And then we'll re-lengthen out. And bring those hands to the hips. Stand on up. Step those feet forward. Reach those arms up and back. And then fold. Go and step it back to a plank. Hold it here. And legs are pulling towards each other. Then toes are pulling towards the hands. Hands are pulling back towards the feet. And now adding in those push-ups. Shift the weight forward. Lower and up. Down, lower, back up. Let's go 3 more push-ups. Down, back up, down, and up. Last one, down. Press it back up. And then lift those hips up to the sky. Down dog. Let's lower those knees down. We come into that child's pose. So toes come together. Knees are a little bit wider. Press those hips back to the heels. Resting that head down. And we'll come up onto hands and knees. Step it back to that down dog. Let's step that right foot outside that right hand. Back knee lowers down. Let that knee open up a little bit more. Hands are down, chest pulls forward. And we're going to twist. Right arm reaches up. Now from here, if you want to start to bend into that back knee, stretching out through that quad. Okay? That's the front part of that left leg. Keep opening that chest, pulling that heel right towards that left glute. Core is tight. A little pressure, just gently pressing that foot into the hand. Squeezing that left glute. And then release that foot. Start to lower down onto those forearms. If that's happening today, back flattens out. And go ahead and straighten that front leg, pulling those toes back, those half splits. So you should feel a stretch right here on this hamstring, maybe even down into the calf. And then we'll bend that knee. Step it back to that down dog. And we'll go the other side. Left foot steps outside that left hand. Knee lowers down, adding in that twist. So that left arm reaches up, bending into that back knee, reaching for that foot, continuing that twist, looking over that shoulder. Gently pressing into the foot into the hand and then flexing that left glute, or I guess it's your right this time. And you go ahead and release that foot and lower onto Forearms. Nice flat back. And then come back to the hands. Straighten that front leg. Pull those toes back. Let's rebend that knee. Step it back to that down dog. Pause it for a breath. Let's go ahead and lower onto into a seat. Cross those legs. Let's just sit here for a moment, closing down those eyes. Couple breaths. Rolling the shoulders down and back. Big breath in through the nose. Head out through the nose. A couple more times. Just being focused on that breath. And then we'll leave those eyes open. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. We do have yoga tonight, 4:45, intermediate yoga. So yeah, hopefully you can make that. And then if not, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. All right. Thank you all. Have a good rest of your holiday.